Hello everybody, it is Gloria, Gigi the Crochet Queen, and welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial will be on the corner to corner. And so if you have never done the corner to corner, this will be a great tutorial for you. I am going to use some 4 medium weight yarn, and it is the Studio Classic by Nicole. This is from AC Moore, and as we all know, AC Moore has closed, but I picked up some of this yarn. I really like it, and I hope I find it somewhere in the store, because if you get it online, you pay a ridiculous price for it. So let's get started. First thing is to make your slip knot however you make your slip knot. And then you want to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. And I'm also using a I hook. I have an H hook, using an H hook, 5.0 millimeter hook. Sorry about that. So double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and double crochet in the next 2 chains. And this is what you should have. Now you want to chain 6 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and again double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and the next 2 stitches, next 2 chains, a double crochet. And this is what your work will look like. So now we need to take that bottom cluster and turn that, and you want to slip stitch in that space between your 3 double crochets and the chain 3. So do a slip stitch there, and then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do 3 more double crochets into that same space. And this is what you should have. So that is your first row. This is your second row. Now, so this is one side, and then you have, this is the bottom side. So you want to chain 6 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, double crochet into the 4th chain, and the next 2 chains, double crochet. So now this is what your work is looking like. You hold on to that top one, turn your work, and again slip stitch into that space between your 3 double crochets and the chain 3. Chain 3 and do 3 double crochets into that same space. And into the next one, again slip stitch into that space. Let's try it again. Slip stitch and chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that same space. 2 and 3. So this is what your work will look like now. So when you look at it, this is the bottom and this is the side. So you want to again chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook and into the next 2 chain stitches. Oh, did I miss it? Let's do that again. I may have crocheted into the wrong space. All right. Double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook and into the next 2. So here's where you are again. So you want to take your work and turn it and slip stitch into that space between your 3 double crochets and the chain 3. Then you do 3 chains and 3 double crochets into that same space. Then you do another slip stitch into that space there. One, 2, 3, that's 3 chains, and then 3 double crochets into that same space. And then in the next one, same thing, slip stitch into that space between the chain 3 and your 3 double crochets, then chain 3 and do 3 more double crochets into that same space. So this is what your work should look like. So now I'll show you how to decrease so that you can start to close it up. So again, chain 6, and if you put your fingers on that 3, then you know that's exactly where you want to do your double crochet into. That's 4, 5, and 6, and double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook and into the next 2 chains, double crochet. So again, this is what your work looks like. Turn the work. Then do slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. And again into your next one, do a slip stitch into that space, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Now again into that next one, slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. Now we are at this last one and we want to start our decrease. So what you want to do is slip stitch into that space, chain 1, turn your work, and do a slip stitch into the next 3 double crochets, slip stitch into the chain 3 space, chain 3, and do 3 double crochets into that same space. And you can put a stitch marker on this side because that's the side that you started your decreasing on, but since we're going to decrease on both sides, you don't have to worry about that. But if you were making this bigger and you had to do a lot of decreasing to get to your closure, then it is always a good idea, if you can't keep track, is to put a stitch marker at the end so you know that's the end that you started decreasing on. So again, slip stitch into the space, chain 3, do 3 double crochets, and chain 1. I'm sorry, no chain 1. Let's do a slip stitch into the next one, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and we will start another decrease on this end. So when you get to this last one, and you do a slip stitch, chain 1, turn your work, slip stitch into the 3 double crochets, and you slip stitch into the space, chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that space, then you do a slip stitch into that space, chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that space, and again you just want to slip stitch into this one because that is a decrease side, and this is what your work is going to look like right now. So you want to chain 1, turn your work, slip stitch into your double crochets, slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that space, and you are finished. And slip stitch into that space, and that is it. So that is how to start your corner to corner, and you can make it as wide as you want and as long as you want. And then you just have to decide if it's long enough or if it's wide enough, and then you start to decrease until you get to your last chain and you're finished. So I started a crochet along to make a corner to corner scarf. This is the one that I finished. You can see that, how pretty it is. And this was using Lion Brand ice cream yarn in Tutti Frutti. And if you want to do the crochet along, and this is from my live from this past Saturday. This is the one that I'm presently working on. So since it's a crochet along, I only did this on the live. So we have a little bit of ways to go, because for this scarf it needs to be 60 inches long, and this is definitely nowhere near 60 inches, but I think it's beautiful. And this is also an ice cream yarn by Lion Brand, and it is a 3 lightweight yarn. So if you want to join us on Saturday with this crochet along and you want to get caught up, I will link my live video to this video. And if you have not subscribed, please like and subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Love reading your comments. And until the next video, stay safe, keep crocheting. Bye-bye.